Our president recently launched an airstrike against Assad in Syria. Now, I promised that I wouldn't make these videos political. I just want to clarify that this topic transcends all politics. It is about humanity. I'm going to focus on the question, how humane is war? Now, most of you probably are thinking, of course war isn't humane, but there are some of you who think war is definitely humane and it's needed in cases. I'm going to argue the point that it really isn't, and here's why. I always have asked myself the question, what makes a terrorist? What drives someone to go and kill other people just for the sake of killing other people or making some kind of twisted political statement? The way I found my answer was watching Avengers: Age of Ultron. If you've ever seen that movie, it's awesome. If you haven't, go see it, and spoiler alert. In the beginning, you know how the bad guys really become the bad guys? The Maximoff twins. They become bad. They become against Stark Industries because somebody bombs the crap out of them and kills their parents. That missile said Stark Industries. So you know who the Maximoff twins end up hating? That's right, Stark, because Stark killed their goddamn parents. Now, if you think about it like this, that might be a justified reason. The fact that someone killed your parents, the love you have for your parents or your child is so great, so strong, that you would want to seek vengeance against anyone that did that to you. Here's what I propose. I propose that war ends up killing countless innocent lives, including parents, leaving children. Those children end up growing up and becoming terrorists against the countries who killed their parents. Or the parents of children who were killed become terrorists against the countries that killed their children. Now, I'm not saying that this is the only reason someone becomes a terrorist. I'm sure there are twisted minds out there, sick people who really do think that killing people is the right thing. Those people are wrong. But that's what I really think lies at the heart of the problem. War. Violence only leads to more violence. We know this. I'm 26 years old and I'm just finishing medical school. I know this. I always sit there and wonder why our government, Democrat, Republican, or otherwise, why they don't realize this. Why they don't realize that war only leads to more war. Why violence only leads to more violence. Maybe it's just because I know it's scientific fact that your brain shrinks as you get older, and people in politics tend to be older. So maybe it's just that they're just a tiny little bit dumber. All right, maybe they're not dumber, but I know that when you get older, your head becomes a lot harder. You know what the government should do? They should just all go into construction. You know why? Because then they wouldn't need to wear those white construction helmets because their heads are so hard already. That's what they should do. They should go into construction so that we can rebuild and make America great again. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that I'm just a young, idealistic kid with his head in the clouds. Well, it's like One Direction. Nobody can drag me down. Also, the air is a lot fresher up there. You should go up there and try it out yourself. So if this humanitarian anti-killing policy doesn't work for you, let's look at the financial facts. Take a look at this chart. This chart shows that the US spends as much as the next 7 countries on defense. The next 7 countries combined. That's ridiculous. We are pouring so much money into defense. In fact, people want to increase our defense spending. I would argue that at the rate that we're spending, it is not a defense budget. It's more of an offense budget. Here's another point. The Huffington Post in 2014 had an article that stated that the cost of a military jet that was in development could house every homeless person in the United States with a $600,000 home. Yes, the cost of that jet was $400 billion. That's billion with a B. Think about all the things we could have done with that money. We could have ended hunger in the US, ended hunger in the world. We could have spent so much money and funneled it into research to cure cancer. We could have invested that money back into our veterans, the ones who sacrificed their lives fighting for us. to create exoskeletons to make those who can't walk again. This could have even helped people with disabilities on the street. But no, we spent $400 billion on a jet that didn't even make it to the battlefield because it was imperfect. Now, don't get me wrong here. Defense is important. We need to defend ourselves. Our bodies, when it comes to health, they invest a lot of time in defending ourselves. When we get sick, our body fights it. However, our body never goes offensive and starts killing that bacteria over on that chair. That's offense. War isn't humane. We spend way too much on it. I would argue that we need to step up and be the bigger person. Revenge only begets revenge. War will only lead to more war. What we need to do is act like Daenerys Targaryen and break the goddamn wheel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please excuse all that background noise because right now we're filming in Kathmandu, Nepal. If you like that video, make sure to hit subscribe below, share it with all your friends, and keep your eyes peeled because weekly we're going to be releasing new stuff. Also, if you're with me, write to your senator today and let them know that you do not want World War III to start, because I have a feeling it's coming, and it's coming fast. If we have World War III now with nuclear power, it will be the end of humanity as we know it. Let's save post-apocalyptic for Hollywood. If you want to learn more about the situation in Syria, check out this video. If you want to hear more of me talking, I don't know who would, but if you want to, check out this. Thanks.